These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan,
it's been a good season.
They cannot have fucked this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried.
The WNBA is standing on the edge of its biggest breakthrough ever. Yet somehow, it's tripping over its own success. This isn't bad luck. It's self-sabotage. And right at the center of the storm is Caitlin Clark. Charles Barkley, known for his blunt honesty, has delivered a harsh wake-up call to the league, calling out the jealousy and small-minded behavior that could ruin everything. So why is a league finally seeing massive growth tearing itself apart from the inside? And why are players targeting the very star driving the surge? We're breaking down the real story behind this explosive controversy and Barkley's firm, no-nonsense response.
If you got people in a room, if you got a bunch of dudes in a room and says, let's fuck up the WNBA, we couldn't have came up a master plan what these women have done.
The Indiana Fever's season opener was supposed to be a defining celebration. The crowd was electric, arenas were full, and the league's most hyped rookie, Caitlin Clark, was ready for her historic debut. Instead, the night unraveled into an ugly distraction. Rumors turned into explosive allegations, accusations of fan misconduct, and even claims of racial slurs directed at Chicago Sky standout Angel Reese. And Charles Barkley, never afraid to speak his mind, wasted no time weighing in.
So it's just petty jealousy, and it's really unfortunate because, and the thing that's really bad right now, we're not even talking about basketball. That's the problem that I have with the whole thing.
He immediately questioned the accusations, dismissing them as a calculated diversion from Clark's on-court dominance and the massive opportunities she represented for the league's future. Barkley labeled it needless drama, static that drowned out what should have been a moment of celebration. But his doubt was only the opening act. What followed would be far more surprising.
But what's bad, instead of talking about all the good things happening for the WNBA, we're talking about negativity. And all publicity, that used to be that old saying, all publicity is good publicity. No, it's not. Not when you're a niche sport trying to get the consumers to buy into your product.
Amid mounting public pressure, the WNBA moved quickly, opening an investigation into the allegations. For days, a toxic storyline dominated the headlines, casting Indiana fans as perpetrators of racist behavior toward Angel Reese, largely fueled by the league's rapid response. Fever supporters felt singled out, their reputation dragged through the dirt without a single piece of solid proof. Then came the bombshell conclusion. After questioning fans, consulting arena staff, and carefully reviewing game footage, the league found no evidence whatsoever to support the accusations of misconduct or racial slurs.
Petty jealousy, and it's really unfortunate because what she's done for the game, listen, I believe in rookie hazing, but some of the criticism has gotten overboard.
The allegations turned out to be entirely unfounded. But here's where the controversy truly ignited. The WNBA announced its findings, confirming the claims lacked any support, yet offered no apology to the fans who had been publicly and unfairly accused. This wasn't a minor oversight. It was a serious self-inflicted mistake, one that immediately put the league's hard-earned momentum and future growth at risk.
The girls got to grow up and you know what? I can go at her hard on the basketball court, but the visibility and stuff she's bringing to the league is going to fill all our wallets up in the long run.
The WNBA's refusal to apologize only deepened the outrage. Think about it. Fever fans were cleared of all wrongdoing, yet spent nearly a week being portrayed as the villains. The league's silence, its failure to correct the public record, left supporters feeling dismissed and disconnected, especially at such a pivotal moment for the sport. And with his earlier doubts now validated, Barkley returned with even harsher criticism.
But the stuff toward her is petty and jealous. And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. But there's been so much negativity, and a lot of it is just petty jealousness.
He tore into the league for allowing unfounded accusations to take over the news cycle, accusing them of losing control of the narrative, and more importantly, failing to stand up for their most dedicated fans. Barkley argued that in their rush to respond to unverified claims, the WNBA chose controversy over celebrating its rising superstar and the loyalty of its supporters. As a result, the chaos completely eclipsed Caitlin Clark's undeniable, game-changing impact on the sport.
Well, like I say, it's just a lot of petty jealousy out there, and it's really unfortunate, taken away from the women's game. Because no matter what sport, if you're talking more about something other than the sport, so anything, this is just taken away from the game, in my opinion.
The numbers don't just tell a story, they scream it. Caitlin Clark isn't simply boosting the WNBA, she is the driving force behind it. Her arrival has triggered an unprecedented economic and cultural surge across the league. Draft viewership jumped by a staggering 400%. Ticket sales soared 93%. Regular season viewership exploded by 180%. And in his trademark blunt style, Barkley put it plainly, this is the WNBA's version of Steph Curry. He stressed that Clark is reshaping the entire landscape, pulling in attention and, more importantly, generating revenue that lifts every team and every player.
Just as suspected, nothing. And that other fan base, the old fan base, came after the Fever players, Fever fan.
To put her influence into perspective, Clark accomplished in just 5 weeks what might have taken the WNBA 5 years of steady, organic growth. She's the type of star every professional sports league dreams of, a true game changer who can redefine the league's economic landscape. Yet, even amid this undeniable success, a troubling undercurrent of jealousy began to quietly stir beneath the surface.
So it's really unfortunate, and and I like the way she's handling. She hasn't said anything because you got so many fools out here who got unfortunately, negative opinions on television, on radio, and things like that. So I'm glad she's staying above the fray.
Barkley, never one to mince words, went straight for the heart of the WNBA's internal tension. He called much of the backlash against Clark nothing more than petty jealousy. While he recognized the frustration of veteran players who spent years building the league only to see a rookie suddenly grab unprecedented attention, endorsements, and fame, Barkley's message was clear. Clark is not a threat. She's a once-in-a-generation opportunity. He argued passionately that, just as Steph Curry's rise in the NBA created wealth for everyone, Clark's impact is putting money in the pockets of every player and every team in the WNBA.
And you old fans, you ones accusing us of racism and all that, y'all just took an L, and a big one. However, the league is also taking a big L because there's no apologies to any fans whatsoever on this totally BS statement released by the WNBA.
Her impact lifts the entire league, driving higher salaries, attracting major sponsorships, improving facilities, and putting the WNBA firmly on the global map. Barkley insisted that players need to mature and see Clark for what she really is, a transformative force who benefits everyone. Yet, tragically, the league appeared willing to let this internal strife continue instead of using it as an opportunity to unite.
Yeah, you found nothing. That's great. That's accurate. Guess who told you would find nothing? The entire Indiana Fever fan base said you weren't going to find anything.
Caitlin Clark isn't just moving the WNBA. She is the WNBA's needle, driving record viewership, soaring ticket sales, and unprecedented attention. Yet, the league's mishandling of baseless fan accusations, failure to apologize, internal player tensions, and underlying societal dynamics have cast a shadow over this transformative moment. Barkley warns that jealousy and mismanagement threaten to derail the WNBA's historic growth and unprecedented opportunity. The question now, can the league rise above the drama and fully capitalize on Clark's generational impact, or will it let this golden era slip away?